Hello, Princess on a Pillow here. I am here to do a review slash recap with my opinion on Love After Lockup, Season 4, Episode 6. It's titled Extra Stress. First couple is Chaz and Branwyn. Chaz is on his way to Portland. Branwyn is being released the next day. Chaz gets to Portland and checks into his hotel room. Then he shows us the things he got for Branwyn. He has clothes, boots, an iPhone, a watch, sweats to get married in, and a $4,000 wedding ring set. So then the phone rings and it's Branwyn. She's worried that her ex Aaron will show up at her release. Branwyn thinks that Aaron is the reason she got busted and put in jail. So the next morning, Chaz goes to the prison to pick up Branwyn. And while he's there, she calls him and tells him that she'll see him soon. I guess she's just checking to make sure he's there to pick her up. So while he's waiting for Branwyn to be released, Chaz starts talking to this lady she's waiting there also. I guess she's there to pick up her daughter. The lady's really, really nice. She has flowers for her daughter. And she gave a rose to Chaz so that he can give a rose to Branwyn. Chaz should have brought flowers too. What's wrong with him? So while Chaz is waiting for Branwyn to come out, a car pulls up. And it's Jessica with flowers. Jessica runs over to Chaz and gives him a hug. In his confessional, Chaz said that Branwyn and Jessica served time together. They didn't tell us what Jessica did, but they served time together. Jessica's daughter is there with a balloon. And guess who's there? Aaron. Aaron is there with 2 dogs. I don't know if the dogs belong to him or what. I don't know. But Jessica tells Chaz that Aaron is there to pay his respects. Excuse me. Aaron told Chaz that Branwyn is a really good friend and he kept money on her books. In his confessional, Chaz basically said, big whoop, who cares? You know, just stay the hell away from my woman. He didn't say all that, but he meant to say that. Chaz told Aaron that he didn't want him there because he doesn't want Aaron getting Branwyn in trouble. How can he get her in trouble right here, right now? What is he going to do? Offer her some drugs? So Branwyn finally comes out and she hugs Chaz. She tells us in her confessional that her and Aaron were an item and their relationship was super toxic. She said he was going to help her get treatment, but instead she got charges. She said he checked up on her 4 times while she was in prison. I don't think that relationship is over with. I really don't. I'm sorry, I have something in my throat. Anyway, Branwyn had made Chaz a box in workshop or wood shop. Excuse me. And she gave it to Chaz. Then Chaz gets down on one knee and proposes to Branwyn. And, of course, she says yes. And that's the end of Chaz and Branwyn. Next up, it's Indy and Harry. We see Indy and Harry in the car. Harry is driving again. Why is he driving again? He has no license. I'm pretty sure he hasn't gotten a license yet. He will never do right. Anyway, they are having date night. In his confessional, Harry tells us that he is messing with 2 women. Harry is too young and immature to be in any relationship with anybody, okay? Anyway, he takes her to a place where they get hooked up to these harnesses and then they have to walk a tight line. And Harry's being very patient and encouraging with Indy. And Indy is telling Harry that since they successfully completed the obstacle course together, then they are ready to get married and have a baby. In his confessional, Harry let us know that he and Indy does not use protection. They use the pull-out method. So they're sitting down, they're talking, and Indy, Harry gets a text from Terry Baby, and Indy told him that she saw the text, and he's told her, don't worry about it. So Indy walks off, and Indy tells the producer that she don't know what the text said, but she saw the name and heart and love emojis. The producer asks Harry, who is Terry? Harry refused to answer. Then the producer asked Harry, where was he going tonight? Harry told the producer, that ain't none of your business. Meanwhile, Indy's in her car. She's outside in her car. She's pissed. And she says she's leaving. And before you know it, she takes off. She leaves. She leaves him stranded there. How does she expect him to get home by 10 if she was just going to leave him stranded there? Anyway, it's the next day. We see Indy and her daughter driving in the car. And Indy said she hasn't seen Harry. And she have no idea where Harry is or who he's hanging out with. She said it seems like he's cheating on her again. Well, she forgave him so quickly the first time that who's surprised that he did it again? You know? I'm losing my voice. I have a tickle in my throat. Excuse me. Okay, let's get through this. So, Harry's just doing the most. He's cheating on Indy. He's violating his parole because he didn't come home at 10. And he's driving without a license. He's just having a ball, doing whatever the hell he wants to do, right? He just refused to do right. So we see Harry. He is with Terry. He said he spent the night with Terry. He said he didn't go home because Indy found messages of him cheating. So Terry asks Harry if his relationship with Indy is ending or is it over? And he didn't answer the question. Not that I know. I didn't hear him answer the question. He said something else, but he didn't answer the question. So Terry told Harry that she's upset that she lost her job because of him. Come to find out, Terry was a resident supervisor at the halfway house, and she got fired for messing around with Harry. Now, she says she's mad at him because he got her fired. No, he didn't get her fired. She got herself fired. She risked her job, her livelihood, her morals, her integrity by dropping her drawers for Harry. She did that. She got herself fired, not Harry. Then she tells him that Indy has to go because it's only going to be her and him. She's telling him, get rid of Indy. Next we see Indy. She's still driving, and her mother calls her. Her mother asks her what's wrong because her mother can hear it in her voice that she's not happy. She told her mother nothing's wrong. Her mother asks, where is Harry? And Indy says, she says he's somewhere, I don't know. And the mother said, what do you mean you don't know where Harry is? And then she says, you don't want me to come to Ohio, do you? And then Indy told her, everything is fine. Bye. And she hangs up. And Indy said she does not want to hear her mother say, I told you so. That's why she didn't tell her mother what's going on. Because she didn't want her mother to say, I told you so, and come back to Maryland. So Indy basically said that she is not leaving Harry because it would hurt her to leave him. It would hurt her to leave him. It would hurt her to stay with him. Leave him. No matter what you do, you're going to be hurt. And I want to know, is her daughter going to school? Is she going to school? I don't know. I do not know. So now we go back to Harry and Terry. Terry asks Harry what are his goals. And I don't think Harry knows what goals mean. I think to him, goals mean shit, shower, shave. Get up in the morning, shit, shower, shave, and that's my goal for the day. That's why I think I don't think he knows anything about goals. He has no goals. Anyway, 1 minute they're discussing Harry's goals, and the next minute they're talking about him dumping Indy. So I think the clip got cut somewhere. So that was that. That was the end of Harry, Terry, and Indy. Next up is Rick and Radian. Radian is at her father's house. Her stepmother is talking to her about Rick's feelings about her and Kay. Radian told her, I love Kay. I love Kay and I love, my sister's over there coughing. She said, I love Rick and I love Kay. Radian said that Kay has 4 more years to go, so she's going to spend all her time with Rick. So Radian sits down and talks with her father, and he asks her if she wants to spend the rest of her life with Rick. And Radian says she don't know. Her father told her not to string Rick along and not to use him. And Radian tells her father that she's never asked Rick for anything, and which we know is a lie, because before she got out of prison, she was talking to Rick on the phone, and she goes to him. She said to him, do you have my stuff? And he goes, yes, I got your stuff. You bought her some clothes, I guess. And then she even asked him to buy bra and panties, and he bought her bra and panties. So what is she talking about? She never asked him for anything. And he gave her money. I'm pretty sure she asked for that. And I'm pretty sure the money that he gave her was used for her and her girlfriend, Kay. She's never asking for stuff. Yes, you have. Her father told her that 3 people in a relationship will never work out. I think my phone is crooked. Okay, I'll leave it alone. Yeah, 3 people in a relationship will never work out. Radian got annoyed, and she didn't want to talk about it anymore. So she gets up and goes outside to smoke a cigarette. And she tells the camera that she is going to do what the hell she wants to do, and she don't care what anybody says. She didn't really say those. My sister is over there coughing up a lung. She really didn't say those words, but that's what she meant. Next scene, Rick and Radian go to get ice cream. Rick said the ice cream place was where they had their first date. In her confessional, Radian said when she first met Rick, she thought he was crazy because he pulled out his penis at every party. And we know that's what he does, because when he first met us, he pulled out his penis to show us that he had a good, well-working penis. So we know that's what he does. She said he was fun. When she first met him, he was fun. She said he lived on the wild side. Anyway, they sit down to have their ice cream, and they reminisce about their first date. And they both talk about how it feels getting out of jail for the first time. And in her confessional, Radian tells us that her mother and father had never been together. She said they split up before she was born. She said her father was on drugs, so she grew up with her mother and her mother's friends. She said there was always a lot of drinking and drugs. Sorry, excuse me. She said she think about drugs every day. Oh my gosh, that's horrible. Anyway, they have a really nice date, and Rick thinks that Radian will grow out of her feelings for Kay. So sorry. The next scene, it's time for Radian to go back to the halfway house. On the way to the halfway house, Rick tells Radian that he feel like he was set up in regards to her and Kay. He said Kay called too much and cut into his time with her. And he told her he doesn't know if he can put up with that. He told her he don't think that she cares about the way he feels about the situation. He asked her what does she want. And she told him she wants to spend time with him but Kay is going nowhere. She told him that she loves Kay. And Rick told her that he doesn't understand. He doesn't understand what type of relationship they're in. He doesn't understand her love for Kay and her loving him. He just doesn't understand. Anyway, he drops her off at the halfway house, and he's not sure if he can stay in a relationship with a woman who loves another woman. And that's the end of Rick and Radian. Next up is Lacey and Antoine. She just picked Antoine up from prison, and he is happily smoking a joint. So Lacey gives Antoine a Tupperware with chicken teriyaki that she made a day ago. And Antoine tells her he didn't want that. He said, I want hot food. And I don't blame him. She cooked this a day ago. She traveled like hours from her house to get to where he is to stay in a hotel. We don't know if she put that teriyaki in a fridge or not. We don't know how long it's been sitting in her car or in her bag. And she wants him to eat that? Is she crazy? He's like, I'm not eating this. I want hot food. I don't blame him. I would too. I want something nice, hot, and fresh. Why would you think he would want to eat that? So they go to a restaurant, but Anton won't go in the restaurant. He's scared because he's scared to be around people. So she had to go in the restaurant, order the food, and bring it out to him. And they sat in the car and ate the food. After he's done eating the food, he said he wants to go to his mother's house. He said he wants to go see his mother. And Lacey is not happy with that. She asked him, she got really foul right here. She asked him, how many times has his mother put money on his books? He says never. So what? The man want to go see his mother. He has a different relationship with her. This relationship he has with her, that's his relationship with her. So what if she never put money on his books? But Lacey had a hell of a nerve to say that. That's out of pocket. She shouldn't have said that. Then she said, how many times did she come to visit you? That's none of your business, Lacey. His relationship with his mother, his business, not your business. So what if she didn't put any money on his book? So what if she didn't come to visit him? He still has a relationship with his mother, and he wants to go see his mother. She pissed me off. I was like, no, she didn't. So she asked him, how many times did she come to visit you? And he said, never. And she thinks Antoine wants to go to his mother's house to drink and party and have a good time. So what? He's a grown man. So she tells him that it's a turn off and it's gross that he wants to go see his mother. Antoine tells her to chill out. It's his first day out and to leave him alone. He sounded like a little kid when he said, leave me alone. So he calls his mother and he asks her if he can come over. And she tells him that she has COVID. I don't know if I should believe that. I don't know if I believe that she has COVID. So he tells her he will FaceTime her when he gets to Lacey's house. And Lacey is happy that the mother has COVID and he can't go to her house. She wants him all to herself. She does not want to share him with his mother. She says he's going to have to choose partying with his mother or their relationship. He has to choose one or the other. So they get to her house, and it's decorated with a welcome sign. In his confessional, Antoine said, Lacey's house is plain, but it's okay. So I guess you've been to this fabulous prison, and now everywhere is plain to you. Prison was just so fabulous, now Lacey's house is plain. These people are so rude. So Lacey and Antoine, they're in the living room, drinking, having a drink. And he's, smoking whatever he's smoking. And they're just sitting there. They have absolutely nothing to talk about. So he decides to FaceTime his mother. And they talk for a little while. And then, he gets off the phone with his mother. And he says, they're having fun over there. I wish I was over there. He wants to go to his mother's house. Anyway, Lacey comes and sits beside him, and they start making out. And then they take it to the bedroom. And then they told the cameras to go away. And nobody showered. I just wanted to point that out. Nobody went and took a shower. Okay? Next up, last couple, Kevin and Tiffany. So Kevin pulls up and Tiffany thanks him for coming back to get her. And I don't understand why, if she's paroled to his house, she tells us that she's paroled to his house. If she's paroled to his house, why did she have Curtis pick her up? I don't think she's paroled to his house. I think the producers wants her to say that, told her to say that. Because a few days before she got out and Kevin was telling her, I'm coming to pick you up, right? And she goes, no, I'll see you in a couple of days. Why didn't, if she's paroled to his house, why didn't he say, but you're paroled here. My address is on your paperwork. You have to come here. Why didn't he say that to her then? She's not paroled to his house. I think the producers told her to say that to us. But she's not paroled to his house. Why would she have Curtis pick her up if she's paroled to his house? Why? And Kevin never ever said, you're paroled to my house. He never said that. She's not paroled to his house. The producers want her to say that. Because it doesn't make any sense why she would have Curtis pick her up if she's paroled to Kevin's house. So anyway, she sucks up to Kevin. She told him she made Curtis leave. She apologizes to him. She hugs him and she calls him babe. So he puts her stuff in his car and they drive to his house. And then Tiffany tells us a little bit about herself. She tells us that she started to get in trouble when she turned 18. She said she started partying in high school and never stopped. She said she got caught with meth and GSB. I don't know what that is, thank God. She said she got 6 years probation. She said she stopped reporting. She stopped reporting to her probation officer, I guess. And she was put on a blue warrant. Don't know what that is. I guess that was a warrant out for her arrest. I don't know. She said she was on the county's top 10 most wanted list. Damn. She said the cops raided her house and they found lots of drugs, several guns, and her. Was she selling guns? 18-year-old, just out of high school? I don't know. She basically said it was good that she went to prison because she was living a dangerous life. Anyway, Tiffany said she is attracted to Kevin. She said he is super funny. She says he has an amazing personality. She says he has great lips. His looks look kind of dry to me. But she says he has pretty eyes and he is cute and adorable. It sounds to me, that doesn't sound like she's describing a man. It sounds to me like she's describing a puppy dog or a teddy bear. He has pretty eyes, he's cute and adorable. Okay. The next morning, we see Kevin. He's cooking bacon and eggs. And the yolks, they look runny. Kevin, I'm going to need you to flip my egg over and cook it on the other side some more. Make sure my yolk is not runny. Thank you very much. Anyway, Tiffany told us in her confessional that she and Kevin made the beast with the 2 bats. She claimed it was really good. So while they're having breakfast, they agree to only date each other, only see each other, don't see anybody else. And as soon as she says that, the phone rings. Kevin ignores the call. Later that day, Kevin is outside and the phone rings. He answers it and it's Kayla. And Kayla's trying to get with him. She's trying to have breakfast with him, lunch, dinner. She's trying to come see him. And he tells her that he has family things to do and he'll call her later. In his confessional, Kevin said he is not ready to let go of Kayla. He also said that Kayla always finds out when he has a girlfriend and always finds a way to get rid of her. So he says he has to handle Kayla delicately. You don't know how to handle Kayla. You have no clue how to handle Kayla. Anyway, this is the end of my review. I will be back next week with another review. Thank you so much for watching. Princess on a Pillow here. Bye.